It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the midday show. We're a little late because I've fallen and I can't get up. Apparently I had a misstep here on the stage and took a tumble. So now they're making fun of me.
I'm making fun of you.
But it goes to show you because wow, that's me. What the hell was that?
I've fallen and I can't get up.
I've fallen and I can't get up, so now they want to bell on me to make sure that if I go down, they know where I land.
I didn't know you fell until I heard Jay scream, Freddie! Just like when I was driving and I went that way and I heard Jay and G-Man scream, ah! It was kind of the same thing. Freddie, are you okay?
Quite the same thing.
I watched your head. I thought it hit the bench.
No, I didn't hit the bench. I hit
your
some
butt
other
hit the
parts
ground?
of the body. But I didn't want to take out a camera. See, if this camera was where, when I fell, if it was there, I would have taken it out. And I lost the cup.
It's okay. As Lori said, it broke a curse. It protected you. It did what it was supposed to do. You throw it away like a crystal and you move on.
Now, isn't it amazing? Lori's in studio today. We're going to be talking about certain things. And we talked about, you never know when something can go wrong and you slip and fall at any age.
At any age.
At any age. You could be somebody who's 20, 19, doesn't make a difference. And then you need somebody to help you get around and do some stuff.
You need someone to help you get around?
I do. I can't.
Must come down. But don't stay down too long. Just call Sunshine.
What goes up must come down?
On a speed dial.
We're going to 1-800 call Lori.
We're going to come up with that every time.
We're going to get her number. Exactly. She's right here.
Well, after over 20 years of doing this, I've never actually fallen off a stage. And today,
we start practicing.
For the first time. Well, if I'm going to fall and hurt myself, what better time to do it when she's in the studio?
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't
Gio,
that
your son would be cracking up. Do your kids watch the show?
They do at night.
Gio, are you watching this show?
This portion of the show brought to you by?
1-800 call Lori. Anyway, how are you feeling?
I'm hurt.
Is your ego bruised?
I'm hurting. Nah.
Is your butt bruised?
Yes.
How's your knee?
What knee?
You know.
My hand. My hand.
You landed on your hand.
Because I was trying to make the cup not fall. I didn't want to spill the coffee.
You were trying to balance your coffee at the same time.
And not take out a camera. You know, a lot of things happen to you psychologically when you're falling off a stage.
Just in general.
Just in general. As you're going down in slow motion, you're wondering, where am I going to land? Am I going to take out the light? Is the camera in the way? Am I going to spill my coffee? Am I going to break a cup? Are they going to laugh? What's going to happen?
In a fraction of seconds.
How
many thoughts?
1.3 seconds. That's all it takes.
And then I hear them all rush. You had everyone on the stage helping you.
And then you landed.
I landed.
You had Heather, Brianna, Haley,
No,
Jalen.
they were laughing.
You had everybody. No.
The first thing they say, are you okay? When I said yes, all hell breaks loose. They all laugh. Like this one.
There might be a video being posted soon. I'm not sure.
No, they didn't get that on video. I wish they had.
Heather, I don't know. She gets everything on video. I don't know if she did or not.
You didn't get that on video, right? I did not. You didn't get that on video, right?
I think it's a good thing. Oh, no, I didn't.
You want to do reenactment?
I was too busy processing.
No.
She's still thinking about what just happened. Anyway, happy Tuesday, everyone. And the end of our morning show that you saw cut off, that was because FP&L decided to cut everyone's electric in the community.
But everybody else had electricity.
No, nobody did.
Oh, nobody did.
We all went out. We were all outside. One person's looking at his meters across the street. The guy next door from the dance studio came out. The car guy across the street. I feel like I'm landing a plane. The car guy from across the street, he came out, he's looking at the sky. Ever notice what people do when there's no power?
All I'm going to say about that whole incident is I stayed under control in my seat because it's dark, very dark.
I got up.
And of course, she gets up. And what does she say when she comes back? She says, and just like the women, We are the first.
Do you
ones to
always
go
send the wife
outside.
out to
Look at
see
that.
what's going on,
No,
or
I
do you
didn't send
get
the
up?
wife out of nowhere. You went out there. I don't know what you're gonna do. You're gonna climb a pole. And
Don't you
change
just
a
want to know
wire.
what's going on? Like if
No.
FP&L, there's a fire or an accident, kind of assess the situation.
If there's no lights, what do you think is going on?
You got to open the door, get some lights, get some fresh air in.
No, I had whatchamacallit? I had Michael.
I think I lasted about 10 seconds.
Not
Imagine-
even. All I saw was the bottom of your shoes going out the door. I'm saying, well, where's she going?
I lasted about 10 seconds in that problem. But it came back and we're good. But that's what happened to our morning show. So rebooting everything up again. We're ready for our midday show and see what else we've got on the docket.
So if we go out again, that's what it is.
Helen Archer is joining us today of Cosmic Astrology Society. I don't know what's going on in the universe, but I do thank the Cup for protecting you. We've got Vasi of Sunshine Home Care Services in the studio today. We're working on a new commercial, some interesting things we get to market. Next Wednesday, we're going to be at Savia, which is a new restaurant located in the Meisner Park area at Meisner Plaza. It's just south of Meisner Park, so we're going to be there Wednesday doing our midday. Ribbon cutting is at 4 p.m. Cocktails and hors d'oeuvres are opening up at 5 p.m. Come out, network, meet and greet, meet the community, see everyone who's part of the Boca Chamber. That's going to be there at 4, and we're going to be there at 12. Doing what we do on the 12th.
And bring your business cards, do a little networking while you're there. Have a little pasta. What I love about this place is it's quaint.
You don't have to move very far.
It's quaint. I don't have to move very
Freddie's
far.
exercise
I
program.
gotta tell you something.
Can you
if
go
the
like
lights,
this?
if the lights go out, I'm not moving from this seat.
I know you're not.
Unless you give me like a lot of lights for a runway.
I know you're not moving.
I ain't going out.
We're going to start your exercise program.
I am. You guys make it sound like I don't do anything.
You do. You just
You know,
don't
in
get
the
up.
back, I did. Well, I gotta go
Lori
on the
comes
phone.
in. She goes in the back. She's like, "Oh, like the king. You're so cute. You're texting."
I was taking care of go-to.
I know.
I was taking care of some of the back end stuff that has to be done.
All right, so we've got that on March 12th. On March 21st, we've got a new collaboration. We're working with Full Circle Networking Events, which is an amazing opportunity. Lori, you're going to have to join us and all of our friends. It's located at Ford's Garage in Plantation, at Plantation Walk. It's 11:30 on Friday, March 21st, luncheon, and every lunch supports a foundation. I'm not sure what the foundation is this month, but we spoke to Red, and we spoke to Michael, and we spoke to Steven, and Ant Media Productions is now the official production company of Full Circle Networking. So we're going to be there every month with our crew doing video, doing some behind the scenes, doing some promotional ideas for them, interviewing on the spot, and then opening our doors for a tour of our studio so all businesses can see what we do, how we do it, and see how we can grow their impact. So that's March 21st, so we'll send you out that Eventbrite happening. And then on Friday, March 28th, we're going to be at the Colombian Coffee House right here on 20th Street in Boca. It's 20th and Federal Highway. We'll be doing all of our morning shows, Impulso Latino midday show, and I believe In the Mind of the Artist. So a lot of things happening in the next 3 weeks. You got to push. You got to keep going.
I also just got information that we may be closer to the Lake Worth studio with Cucina. Looks like that deal's going through.
Awesome.
So that's another piece. More information on in the future. And of course, on March 21st.
Island Off-Road Networking.
Cafe.
On the road?
No.
Cafe in the Mud is what it's going to be.
It's going to have Gangster Cafe is going to be at this thing. We're going to go dressed up as gangsters.
Oh. Cowgirl's going to be there. Maybe she'll let you see her
be the biggest
truck.
gangster. She'll be the cow gangster. Cow gangster? Can we go as gangsters?
Island Off-Road
Hoodies.
Jeep and Music Festival. It's
To
a Plant Bamboo.
Oh, we should. We should dress up as like
I can't.
monsters from
Yes.
the
Does she have headphones or
Why
earmuffs?
not? Those are her ears.
What'd you say?
Those are your ears.
Are those earmuffs or headphones?
Headphones.
Okay.
They're noise canceling, that's why I didn't hear
Huh?
it.
What'd you say?
But can we go as gangsters
Yeah, let's
and
do
sit around the campfire as gangsters?
I think that's how we should show up.
We
every
should
year.
all wear like fedoras and gangster stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do on the 12th, but I didn't want to seem offensive because you always say I say the wrong thing.
Here.
Well, that's not offensive.
Look at her face. Look at her face. She's ready to kill me.
No, I'm laughing at Brianna because she thinks, no, it wouldn't be offensive. They think you're the boss anyway.
Yeah, that place is like a mob joint.
Like we should just show up with sunglasses on, fedoras, suits.
Let's do that. I'm all in black ties.
I'll do it. I will literally go on Amazon and buy a suit.
Let's do it. Let's go mobster
But I
style.
better not be the only one. That's the thing.
I'll do it.
All right.
Well, I'm in.
and I'll just stand like this the entire time.
Like Men in
I
Black.
already do that to begin with. So it's
You
not
do
gonna-
that anyway. I'm saying, why?
It might be. All right. So before we go to commercial, let's just get right into our conversation with Lori. Sunshine Home Care Services, they are a new sponsor of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. They're going to be launching their own show starting next month in True Oldies Radio and Amp Media Production. So we're excited. Lori's got some amazing ideas. And looking through this brochure, I never knew. You're so funny, by the way, because this picture is a picture of Lori.
She told me that was her mother.
Grandmother. No, this is
Grandmother.
Lori.
What
Lori,
is
this
wrong with
picture, he thinks is your grandmother.
Who?
This is you.
That's me and grandmother on top.
On top of
Ay, Dios
what?
mío.
Oh, here. That's grandma.
Oh, I didn't. She went, that's my grandmother, and pointed to the picture.
It looks as
So I
Lori.
said, I want to meet your grandmother, man. Holy smokes.
Oh, man. Yes, that's Lori. She sent me the.
It's not because of the fall, right? We are good. It's
I'm
not the
losing
fall
my-
talking.
Can a fall create Alzheimer's?
You know, Jalen told him yesterday he's got problems with communication skills.
Jason tells me that.
So we can
Jay tells me
enhance
that
their
every day. She
communication
says it
skills
yesterday.
as well.
She says it every day. No,
You know
Jay
what
even
to
had me
do?
build up.
We should have someone, chatting in the morning over coffee with you.
Exactly. So all morning I've been saying, well, what do you mean by that? Because your texting and your communication skills are not always so clear.
Yes, that's why I've assigned
Mona Lisa?
headphones over there. She is now my official vocabulary. Yeah, but then I don't even understand. At least her, I understand. I don't understand at all.
What do you mean, Freddie?
She speaks a language that's like very foreign to me.
All right, you ready to talk to Lori?
Yes, because I want to tell you, Lori came up with a very good subject matter about Alzheimer's
And dementia.
and dementia and different aspects leading to needing her services until I just took a crash course.
Literally, no pun intended.
It goes to show you, you never know what's waiting for you, right? I'm just walking off the stage and kaboom. And then I'm laid up, let's say, for 9 months.
Hopefully, I have
So what happens to me? It's
to
not like you're going to go take care of me.
You gotta call Lori.
Like you see? See the face?
I'll always take care of you.
Yeah, in spirit. Oh, can somebody go?
Always
I
take
can
care.
only imagine. I can only imagine. But you don't know. You don't know. You don't know what can happen. It can happen at any time. Dementia, anything.
Lori's killing me today. Yes. Why don't we play Lori's commercial and roll into her segment? We're gonna.
You had to tell her that.
I think we're gonna do that. We're
No,
working.
she's just making fun of me today. She's just laughing.
No, because it's a serious topic, and I want to give it all of its.
I know it's
due
serious.
diligence of
I
what it
got a
is.
vibrating butt right now from boom, 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 from falling off the stage.
You know,
I heard a lot.
I'm really trying to level up our production skills, but you're killing me today.
What's wrong with that? You never fell? What about when
Me?
you fell
All
the
the
other
time.
day? You fell and you bounced. I was like, that's amazing.
All the time. Jay, you
How
have
do you
that
do
piece?
that?
All right, let's roll it.
In a world where finding reliable and compassionate home care can be overwhelming, Sunshine Home Care Services stands as a beacon of hope. That's why we've partnered with professional nurses, physical rehabilitation centers, and medical offices to ensure their patients receive the very best in home care. At Sunshine Home Care Services, our mission is simple yet profound: to support and enhance the lives of our clients. We genuinely enhance the quality of life and offer a comprehensive suite of 26 services tailored to meet every need. We go beyond the basics with health monitoring, emotional support, pet care, and home safety checks. Sunshine Home Care Services is more than just a service. It's a partnership in care. We invite you to experience the difference a compassionate team can make. For a personal consultation, call us today at 561-821-5811.
That's not your grandma.
Vital services to the community that you provide. And she does it a whole lot different than other people because she cares. And when you care, it's a reflection of your company. And that's what we got going on here right now.
Sunshine Home Care Services, so many options, one perfect solution. We're going to bring Lori Vasi. She is the owner of Sunshine Home Care Services. This is a tough industry that you're in because it's very competitive. You're in a great location because we are the senior capital of probably the country, one of the top senior locations that people move to retire. So there you have a lot of patients, but there's a lot of competition. So everyone's going to say, all right, Lori, what makes Sunshine different than all of the others in the area?
This is such a good topic. The way we started today, hello everyone. The way we started with the fall, and I walked in, and my first thing when I walked in, what I said to you, Freddie and Dawn, I feel like home. And I feel so positively energized and spiritually well allocated for my emotions that it's just feels right. And this is where Sunshine Home Care Services I would like to be, and I want it every day I promote to be an extension of my family, and work with everyone around me as they are extension of my family and my family. And the fall, like everything that goes, there's a saying, everything that goes up must come down. But if you're down there, the first thing you need on the speed dial will be me, and I will be there personally. So we offer all kinds of services, starting from companionship to, again, if you fall, assisting you with mobility, assisting you. We were talking about having speech therapy as well when our caregivers are extending their help in supporting the speech and enhance everything that is needed in everyone's life.
It's interesting because normally people come to Florida because they want to get away from the cold weather. So then you begin, everything is normal, you come down here, it's usually your parents, God willing. You go back up north or wherever you go, and you leave mom and dad, and then as age goes on, different things begin to happen to the human body. And it's just normal, dementia, Alzheimer's, the whole night. And then you need to rely on somebody you can trust, who's going to take care and understands the needs. It's not just bathing and cooking. There's a lot more. Why don't you elaborate a little bit? There's a lot more behind that.
And it's the communication itself with the family and as well with the client, because what takes place behind scenes is more important than takes place in the client's home. How we plan, how we strategize, how we troubleshoot. For instance, I was with a client that he fell yesterday morning, and we took him to the hospital. Then the wife is left alone. Then she's not, user friendly with the phone and the technology. So what do? And I partnered up with people that have access, have companies that have, these devices that will alert, life alerts. And we just, by the end of the day, we were already set with the wife at home, with the patient in the hospital. So when it comes to care, it's all how personalized it is. How much access you have to the company, who is going to answer the call, who is going to troubleshoot, like, okay, we have an emergency, who's there? My approach is totally different. My approach is hands-on, and focus is always 100% in, and how can I collaborate around me with people that will jump in and will help me out when I need assistance with all kinds of services, like life alert, like wheelchair. You have all kinds of needs that they need to be complementing my services. Pest control, it is huge. Mm-hmm. We had a client last week that he had snakes in the backyard. Oh my God. And I never thought I can be more scared in my life that a client of mine was freaking out. I was freaking out even more. I'm scared of snakes. So we had to go there, and in 2 hours I had full service, and we caught it and we got it done, and it is solved. So this is where you have one concierge company that is one in all. We take care. We are as family. We talk, we call, we text, we make sure that everything is looked after and taken care of in order to not only feel like I'm assisting you with your daily needs. It goes beyond, and family goes beyond.
You see, when I was going through this with mom and dad, especially dad, what a tall glass of water my father was, because he had all these beliefs that he didn't want to let go. He didn't want to depend on anybody. It didn't matter who I brought in. and one of them cooked. She was a chef because he was so finicky about the food.
The food, yes.
So this chef came in. Now, I did not have conversations the way I have with you. I was creating the plan. I thought maybe if she got to know him, that didn't happen either. So the ironic thing is that when you meet this lady right here and you have a conversation about what you want to do with your parents, because you know your parents to a certain degree, but you're not going to know your parents on the opposite end with a stranger in the house. And those two philosophies is what you got to be put together.
Alyssa.
And that's where we, I don't just randomly assign people in clients' home. It is very important to have an interview with the family, and we go through all the pros and cons and who do we want. And it's never going to be perfect. We're starting off with one, and if it's not blending in and if it's not happening, we make the changes. And again, it's for the caregivers as well. They have to be comfortable with one another, because it's not only doing the job. It's not a job. It's an emotional intelligence that needs to be taking place, where you're sensing, and what you're doing has to be with the client's needs, and emotional connection has to be present. Because if not, it's just a job, and it's not a job. It is a job, but it's not a job.
But it's
Caring,
important.
it is. It's all about the emotional connection, a level of emotional intelligence that we are.
That's right. And it's important that the conversation to have. You see, your parents, your father was a doctor, and your mother was in the medical profession as well. When you're dealing with parents that have a different IQ, which is a little bit higher, it's a little bit different, your conversation with your parents. And when you bring somebody in to take care of their needs, that conversation is completely different than my father, who was a farmer and was more of a blue-collar worker and sort of did things a little bit different. And my mom was she was the smarter one of the family. Those are different conversations altogether. So your work is cut out for you.
No, I know.
And your sister and your brother, because you have to bring in somebody who understands your music, understands mom's music, understands dad's music. And then you got to mix 3 dances in one, and then sometimes it's a difficult thing to do.
And the food choices. Yeah. It's so happiness comes through the stomach, and whenever you're not establishing that relationship with what you're putting on in his plate, it's a disaster. It has to be, if the client is someone that is a foodie, or he was someone that he has been eating out, or she has been eating out all his life, you cannot bring in someone that has no idea how to put together a fried egg. So it is very important to set the skills in order and complement them with the client. And I love it because as you said, happiness comes through the stomach. We need to be looking into the nutrition. It is so important for seniors and everyone around.
And you have services, not just nutrition, not just ADLs. You've got extended services, which I love so much. You've got, my goodness, you've got driving, you've got the housekeeping, errands, respite care, assessments, cognitive stimulation, right? You're not leaving your loved ones in bed with a TV and a sandwich. You're actually having the conversation with them. We're getting them out to adult daycare. There are so many activities in our community that they just need encouragement, right? Because you get so in your rut. It's like anybody, not just aging. Sometimes it just gets comfortable to stay home. But if you know there's good activities, or you can go to the park, or you can go to the library, just that encouragement of saying, come on, Mom, let's get in the car, let's head out.
This, sorry to interrupt you, I want to keep that momentum going, how important it is to have not only a schedule, have a lifestyle created along with the client and the caregiver. So when you're matching them, you're pairing them up, it's not just the ADLs, you're going home, you want. We have to make a schedule every day. Okay, so what's going to happen? What do we need? What's our purpose here? And it's the best thing for the caregiver as well, because they don't want to be sitting at home and watching and, advising the client, take your medication, are you ready for breakfast? We do want those activities also to enhance the caregiver's mental health. Because when you think about it, it's not an easy job. It's one of the toughest jobs to care for people, And when you're involving that much of an emotional, connection, it drains, and sometimes they burn out. And when we enhancing and actually putting them part of the ADLs that you have to, this is the weekly schedule, this is what we're expecting, but we don't expect, it's also for the caregiver. And the final product is always the best, because you see everybody, the changes are tremendous. And where you find them and where we are, and I go in every week, I visit all of my clients, and I go in and see how the smiles is just
And you make
everything for me.
unannounced visits, right? You go to each client, you make unannounced visits, you show
Unannounced
up.
visits are very important for me, as well for for the sake of my company, and also I love what I do, and I want to make sure that we are in a good place. And every week I schedule home visits, and I visit my clients, and I go out with them. Some day I dedicate only to have activities with them, get to know them better. And it's so important for me to get to know them better, because once I know, their expectation, and they are very comfortable with me, it means the world to me, because I'm on a speed dial for them, and that's how we progress, and that's how I feel like we are moving with a good speed towards not only recovery but very good state. I want everyone to be in a good place.
Lori, what's the best way for people to contact you?
And 24/7, not 1:30 in the morning, unless we are talking about diets. And I love it. 561-821-5811 is my phone number, and you're going to get to me if you're calling me. And Loredana at sunshinehomecareservices.com or info@sunshinehomecareservices.com. You can find me on every page, Instagram, Facebook. Our website is sunshinehomecareservices.com as well. There is a request there you can send over to me if you have any questions, if you'd like to discuss. We are focusing a lot right now on prevention of dementia and Alzheimer's, as we chatted before the show, and there are lots of things coming up with Sunshine Home Care Services. So we are looking forward to not only stay educated, but only stay well taken care of and well looked after and loved and appreciated, and stay tuned.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we've got Helen Archer of Cosmic Astrology Society. We're going to find out maybe why you fell, what's going on in the planets.
I fell because she's here.
And Lori's staying with us, so more to come with Sunshine Home Care Services as well. A lot of cool stuff.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
More to come. Give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Like and subscribe to all of our channels, Amp Media Productions, to see all of the shows that we produce right here in the studio. More to come. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Family business. It's me, my sister, and her soon-to-be husband. We've been here for about 5 years doing our thing in this beautiful little spot right in the heart of downtown Boca. We really are like that authentic New York, New Jersey, Northeast thing that you want to have when you're in South Florida. Our bagels are made from scratch every single day. They're top-notch, best you can get around here. And then lunch, chicken Caesar wrap, or like we have a beautiful avocado supreme salad. That's really, really great. And of course, all our sweets are incredible too. You know, something savory, salty, and a little something sweet after. And we will do our best to provide the best service, best food, best everything. And if there's anything you need, we'll do it.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
This is Smoke Barbecue. We're located in Fort Lauderdale at 3351 Northeast 32nd Street, Fort Lauderdale 33308. Our website is www.eatsmokebbq.com. It's EATSMOKEBBQ.com. You can order online. We also do catering for 10 to 10,000.
If you are looking to bring your family out to an incredible food venue, this is the place. We're at Smoke Barbecue in East Fort Lauderdale. Everything is amazing. You can see their faces on our crew, and the amount of food that they have taken down in about 15 minutes is absolutely unbelievable.
And we're still going. I can't talk them either.
And everything is coming. So here, let's eat.
Your True Oldies Listener's Guide. Listening in the Palm Beaches? That's 95.9 FM. On the Treasure Coast? You want 106.9 FM. In Boca? It's 95.3 FM. We've got Fort Lauderdale and Broward County covered with 96.9 FM. And you can always hear us anywhere at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I've fallen. I can't get up.
I see this is going to last for a while.
I have a new respect for that saying.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because
Life Alert 101. Now you're just going to call Lori.
Look at the life alert they give me. What kind of life alert is this?
Yeah, but the funny thing, I brought it out and you knew exactly what it was for.
I know, because you're such a wise guy.
Because you know my crazy sense of
No,
humor.
because I noticed that you were talking before we went on the air about Freddie's exercise and that whole thing you have with this one you cooked up and...
I'm going to tell Helen about it. I'm going to share with her. But first, we've got Helen Archer of the Cosmic Astrology Society joining us. We're in March. You know what that means? It means Mercury retrograde is starting next week.
That's why I felt.
So, let's roll her intro and see what's going to be happening. Hey, Helen, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
We're excited to have you back. I don't know if Freddie's excited. He told us this morning he's got a bone to pick with you, and then the power went out. And then I said,
Helen, I fell.
And then he fell. So it's been an interesting day here already today.
All sorts of craziness.
But the sunsets have been spectacular. Have you seen the sunsets the past couple days?
No. When do you see sunsets? I come in.
When the sun's setting.
No, every time I leave here it's like dark.
Over the weekend, the sunsets have been beautiful. I think we're getting ready to roll into spring, although it's still pretty cold up north, they say.
Well,
We've
there's
got
a
an
whole
eclipse.
big weather system coming, like I said. You cannot control the weather, and there's unexpected events. We're like a week before the eclipse. So I heard that today's Fat Tuesday, and I know everybody's celebrating, but I heard there were 60-mile-an-hour winds in New Orleans.
Wow.
And they had to cancel some of the events.
Why is New Orleans getting hit so hard this year?
Well, first of all, we're deep into Pisces, so that's a mutable sign or changeable sign. And then we have Jupiter in Gemini, which is also a mutable or changeable sign. And the Gulf states are ruled by Sagittarius, which is another mutable or changeable sign. So all of them are affected by not only the eclipse, which is happening in Pisces, the nodes of the moon, the north node is in Pisces, Saturn and Neptune are in Pisces. So it's all that energy against that planet and that area, and that's why it's being affected.
New Orleans got everything. I mean,
well, New Orleans, but also there's an entire system going across the country. And as I said, our country has planets in Gemini, which are being affected also by these aspects. So I think for right now, we need to be careful. We know changes are coming. So now is the time to plan for the changes that are going to be coming so that we're prepared.
Is this going to be a tough summer?
I haven't got that far as summer is concerned,
'Cause I'm
but
gonna
no.
tell you s-
In June, we're going to have Jupiter changing to Cancer, which is the positive planets of our country. So that's when I think things are going to start improving with the farming, with the eggs, with the tax situation, with the inflation and energy. I think that's all when we're going to start seeing the results of the work that's being done now. But now is the preparation and the planning. And so in order to do that in a logical and practical way, we have to kind of detach ourselves from the emotions. Now, Pisces is a very emotional and sensual and intuitive sign, so that's where the positive energy is. The nitpicking, the worrying, the constant ticking of our mind like a clock, never shutting off, that is going to impact our nervous system. So we have to use meditation, we have to use mind control in order to calm our mind so that we can see the vision for the future and go on to a higher level of work,
Right,
which we've been working for.
Helen, what if people consistently talk to you and it's nitpicking over and over to get away your peace? What do you tell them? Just, can you please be quiet?
You have to stand guard at the door of your thoughts and not let negative thoughts in. So our thoughts produce like thought forms, like much like a cartoon. When you see somebody, you know, their mind, they have a cartoon and they have like a little thought that they have in the mind. So those are thought forms. So every time we have a negative thought or negative emotion, we're creating a thought form. And that thought form is going to keep coming back to us for energy. So every time we think about it, every time we worry about it, we're energizing that thought form. And the more we do that, the stronger the form becomes and the more it impinges upon us. So we have to take charge, cancel out those thought forms, not let them run through your mind, at least not dwell on them, and try to have a calm sense of peace around you. I know it's hard, and we all work towards that goal, but eventually we're going to get there. Right now, the planets are really not in that form, but they're going to start changing. They're going to start getting more positive. So if we have positive feelings, we'll have positive results.
So I saw this post today. Abracadabra actually has a meaning. Did you know this?
Is a magical chant, or?
So they say in Hebrew, Abra, A-B-A-R-A, means I will create, cadabra, as I speak. So abracadabra in Hebrew truly means I will create as I speak to put it out into the universe.
Right, so we want to have positive thoughts and say positive things. If we think negative thoughts, then negative things are supposedly going to come back to us. But this is a good thing to think about during this religious upcoming season, that we are now in the node of Pisces, and Pisces is the fish which rules Christianity. So we see there are changes that are going to be happening with the church. People are becoming more faithful. People are responding to a higher energy and a higher karma, and that's where we're headed. So if we have negative thoughts, if we're over emotional, if we don't calm our mind, we're not going to get that cosmic knowledge, that cosmic intuition that helps us be successful.
Interesting. So the planets, you said we go to eclipse next week, and then we've got Mercury retrograde next week. Everything is like culminating.
So yes, there's many planetary changes. Venus just went backwards. And as you know, Venus is in Aries, which is the sign of emotions, the sign of sexual feelings, the sign of wanting to be free and close at the same time. Now it's going backwards. So there's changes in relationships. There's disruptions in relationships. There may be separations. So we have to be patient and get over this period of Mercury and Venus in retrograde and live for the moment, not try to make major changes, and be accepting of people and their personalities. And if we don't get everything we want in a relationship, now is not a good time to break up a relationship.
Yeah, I was going to ask
And if you started a relationship in the last month, you're going to get to understand what this person is really like. So before you jump in, like Aries likes to do, be patient, be critical, not negative, but be critical, and try to get to know the person before you get really close.
I do.
So you suffer.
You suffer if you're, involved in emotions. That's why you need to be neutral right now.
So nobody should be emotionally tied up right now. Everybody should
Not
just
to the
walk
point
earth.
of dependency, not to the point of somebody being responsible for your happiness.
Wow. That's
And now
heavy.
is a good time to concentrate on career aspects, on communication. Jupiter is full force ahead. In Gemini, it rules transportation, communication, and public relations. So now is the time to try to get to meet people, to mix and mingle. And then when Mercury goes forward in April is a much better time. And Mars will eventually go into Leo, which is a great time for promotion and acceptance. So right now, like I said, we're in the planning stage, we're in the communicating stage, and we hopefully have something set aside to get us through the next 3 weeks.
So is it a good thing to say that you should believe more in yourself?
That's
right
always
now?
a good thing to say.
But
But yes,
But right
Pisces
now,
is
I
not a
think it's
sign
vital.
that develops confidence.
I think it's vital right now because there's so much going around and so many other negative things being said about everybody that you should be your own belief base and take it from there, no?
Well, we know what we stand for. We know what we feel in our hearts, and that's what we have to work towards. Yes, there's going to be a lot of negative things said, and people are getting themselves really worked up about political matters, and it's not worth it. Just calm down. Accept the fact that we are going to be in a better cycle starting in June for the country in general, and right now, it's just the precursor to that. So we can't really make any opinions. We can't really make any statements because we don't know. There's changes coming. And the same thing with the market. Oh, the market is down today. The market is going to be up and down as long as we have that Mercury retrograde period and we have the eclipses coming up. So just hang in there, be patient, be confident, and yes, develop the best qualities and characteristics of yourself because, as I said, with Pisces, it's a karmic sign, and we're all working to a higher level of evolvement, a higher level of work, and as long as we are helping others, we're going to succeed and move ahead.
So we just talked about that today. Fine is not okay anymore. There has to be a higher level of production, of work product, of everything we do. You just can't skirt by on it's okay. We're going to get by.
We have to do better.
We have to do better. So we just talked about that today, about doing better and pushing and growing, and we're doing more on the outside. We're working, collaborating with some other pieces that might be coming to fruition really in June, because as season comes to an end, we're planting all these seeds to get out to the restaurants in the community when things start slowing down. So it's everything that you've talked about. I feel like we've been doing this all week.
Well, we've been doing it longer than this week, but the object of the game here is that you're going to have to find opportunities where it doesn't look like there are any opportunities out there. And you have to create opportunities. You can't just wait for them to come. And I'm going to tell you, one of the things, Helen, right now is people are hurting and people are afraid. And when you're afraid, you don't know what you're going to do. Forget about circumstances.
I think
for a
people
second.
are panicking right now, Helen,
course
on
they
what's
are.
going on. They're panicking over their finances,
They have no other.
over food prices, over politics aside, things that are going to be
over
happening
work,
here, right? of
over
what's
jobs,
going on.
over putting bread on the table. About
Well, Pisces has a tendency to worry, and then like I said, we got that Saturn in Pisces. That's going to be exiting. We've had that Neptune in Pisces for 14 years. That's going to be exiting in April. So it's going to be a whole new day. We just don't realize it yet. It's the calm before the storm. So instead of worrying, instead of panicking, just live for the moment. Do the best you can. Get the clutter out of your life. Get the clutter out of your brain. Neutralize your emotions so that you can see what's happening in your relationships and be more accepting. And don't worry. Pisces will be over pretty soon. By the 19th, the sun will go into Aries. We'll have the spring equinox, so things will start changing. So right now, just, enjoy your family, enjoy your life, enjoy what you're doing, and find a way, like you said, to become your better self. And then when everything starts changing and getting better, you'll be right on the money. You will have communicated. You will have set up the stage behind the scenes, and you can move ahead. But if you worry and fret and don't do anything and get lazy and procrastinate, then when the new changes come, you're going to be scurrying to catch up.
Isn't it funny that you're a Pisces and I'm an Aries, and like the differeces of what that means? Do you find that?
I think you are more wackadoo than I am. I can tell you that.
Well, you're both connected by Mercury at 6 degrees Pisces, so you both have that connection. So mentally, you're in tune. But
That's
you know,
scary.
Pisces needs somebody that's more energetic, because you always have to, in some cases, when the planets are negative, like they are now, you constantly have to pump up Pisces.
Yes.
And that's the emotional side of the water signs. You know, that includes Cancer and Scorpio. When the negative emotions are ruling the heavens, you have to pump up the emotional people who are the water people, or who have planets in water signs that are in strength in their chart.
Have to pump
see
you
that?
up.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm like.
Didn't Arnold do that? Pump me up.
No,
or
it's
something?
like Michael Jordan sneakers. You have to pump them up. So I sit in my seat, and what did you say this morning in the morning show?
Do you move?
Do I move? I don't have to move. I got to get pumped up. You got to pump me up. And when I move, I fall.
But you don't even move when you sit.
Well,
You're like, he
sitting
just
does not require
Helen,
you to
he
move.
doesn't move.
What do I got to move for, Helen? Where am I going? On the floor?
He just sits. He doesn't move.
I don't know what to tell you, but you know, it's important to get exercise. Sitting is
Helen,
not
Helen,
that
don't
healthy.
don't listen to that.
We could
Don't
maybe,
listen to
Lori,
that
we can put
nonsense.
some chair exercises together.
You know, the thing is that Dawn's the type of person that she can never sit still.
I cannot.
So the kids clean, and she re-cleans. And I'm sitting there, I go, didn't you just watch them
It's
do
kind of
that?
cathartic for my head, though.
They didn't
Yeah,
do it
but
right.
that's different. So why don't you wash my car? Let's do something
It's
really
kind of
good.
cathartic because I can like meditate in my space of cleaning sometimes.
Sometimes cleaning is like cathartic. It cleanses you.
Exactly.
So
It
you're
makes,
going
and then,
to buy
and it gives
into
you a
this
sense of
catharticism.
satisfaction when everything is spotless.
Yes, or at least
Helen,
you've tried.
I do more work and damage sitting here than running around like a crazy person.
Well, because you're doing mental work.
No, because I use the phone. I use the things, the availabilities
You're
that
communicating.
because I got to cut down on the expenses. This one wants me to drive in 15 different places. And we use up a lot of more elements that I can use here.
So it's a good idea to go and communicate, but as far as travel, going to places, trying to set up technological things with Mercury and Venus retrograde, and the eclipses, it's just better to wait and plan for a future date.
All right, tell me when. What's our date that we're going to plan for? We
Didn't
can
we
start
already-
setting up studios. He's
Didn't
got a
we already
studio
have
to
a
set
date
up.
for
I got to go Saturday.
for an event?
Yeah, that we do in May.
Well, Mercury goes into storm on the 11th and then goes in full retrograde on the 14th. So before that, it's okay. Then there's the eclipse on the 14th. So the week before and the week after, it's like you got to be careful. But if you got something going on Saturday, I heard it's going to be a beautiful day. But, you know, you may not get the results you expected.
Is that on the 14th?
That's this Saturday.
I don't.
The 14th is next Friday,
Oh.
so this
Oh, you're
Saturday
talking
is
about
like
my trip up to JoJo's. Yeah, that's this Saturday. And you're leaving on the 27th. You're taking the trip. How's the tripping? How's the airplane stuff going on?
On the
right?
27th of March?
Yeah.
You're in the middle of Mercury retrograde. You're in between two eclipses. The solar eclipse is not as forceful
Take a
as the
train.
lunar eclipse. You're just going to have to worry about weather and canceled flights and reservations. So you're just going to have
No
to
process.
check and double check your reservations and make alternate plans in case you have delays.
You taking a plane?
Yes, I am.
I'm gonna tell you something. The last time she
Flying to
told me
Toronto.
this, she told me this the last time I wanted to hit her with my shoe.
And the other thing is, don't pack valuables in your luggage. Don't pack a lot of luggage. Try to travel light, and have everything in case your luggage gets lost. Which I'm not saying it's going to, but it could. In case that happens, so that's like a scenario that you need to be prepared for. Have everything you need with you, and keep it light. Is all I can say. And then, like I said, be early. Traffic could get snarled. Watch the weather. And don't take chances. You know, if you've got a bad feeling that this isn't going to be good, then, you know, make some alternate plans. Don't let fate control it.
Okay.
Don't let fear control you either, but if you can postpone that, do it until after the 28th, we said?
What do you think, the Leo? How the Leo going to do this year?
The Leo is going to be energized starting at, let's see, I wrote it down here. Mars is going to enter Leo on the 19th of April. So Mars entered Leo for the first time on Election Day. So then it was in Leo for like a week, 10 days. And so there should have been activities, and whatever happened during that 10 days either fell apart or got stalled or got postponed. Then Leo went backwards, back into Cancer. It's been in Cancer this whole time. But now on the 19th of April, it's going to go back into Leo for the 6-week cycle. So that's the time for you to launch, for you to energize, for you to promote. And some of the things that you started last year should start coming through.
March 19th, April 19th?
April 19th for 6 weeks.
April 19th is my mother and dad's anniversary. Wedding
So we'll
anniversary.
have
And then in 2026, Jupiter will enter Leo after 12 years. So that's a once in 12-year lucky cycle. So for 26 and 27, Leo is going to be in the lucky cycle. So that's what you're working for.
There you go. You're gonna.
I've been looking forward to
You're
April
gonna zoom
19 for a couple of years.
It's gonna start paying off.
All right, things are going to change. How do people find you, Helen?
I'm on Cosmic Astrology Society on Facebook. I'm Cosmic Astrologer on TikTok, and that's where you can find me. And I post my shows and my predictions on those sites.
All right, thank you so much. Every Tuesday, Helen Archer of Cosmic Astrology Society. I can't say she's never wrong. And I don't even know who's at the
The
door.
planets aren't wrong.
The planets aren't wrong.
We're
Her
going
interpretation
to be,
is there.
our birthdays are gonna fall right in the middle of retrograde.
Okay.
You know what that means?
It means that I'm not going to be 58. I'm going to age backwards.
No, it means you gotta go
Can I be
mudding.
56?
You gotta go mudding. You gotta use lots of mud.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. You can find Helen at Cosmic Astrology Society on Facebook and TikTok, and every Tuesday right here at the studio. More to come. When we come back, we've got Lori Vasi, and we'll see you in a little bit. We'll be right back.
Amp Media Productions is proud to announce a collaboration with ABC WPBF, producing high-quality commercials for clients in Palm Beach County. This partnership will leverage Amp Media's creative expertise and video production capabilities with ABC's extensive reach and community connections to deliver top-notch advertising solutions. Contact Amp Media Productions today to amplify your impact in business on ABC WPBF.
Breaking news, aliens have finally made contact with.
Welcome to the Amp Media Studios here in beautiful downtown Boca Raton.
In conjunction with True Oldies Radio South Florida, Amp Media Productions is here to help amplify your impact in business and to bring greater awareness to our community. Give us a call, 866-224-5422. We'll see you soon at the cafe.
And like I always say, come on down and visit us and don't be late.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
Meet Jay Harmon, one of the many artists held in the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery. Jay specializes in various different art styles, but his medium to work with is colored pencils. His unique style comes from being self-taught and years of practice. Jay pulls his inspiration from many outlets like people, television, celebrities, and many more. With multiple original pieces, Jay's art graces the gallery with over 40 plus works for viewing and for purchase. His many years of being an artist has given him a chance to partner with the Derwent brand, giving him the opportunity to try many different work styles and further his craft. Feel free to come down and visit the studio to view his work, or if you're interested in your own Jay Harmon original, he's open to commissions on his website, coloredpencilartist.com, or catch his show, The Colored Pencil Artist, on Amp Media Productions on YouTube and Facebook. See you soon.
In a world where finding reliable and compassionate home care can be overwhelming, Sunshine Home Care Services stands as a beacon of hope. That's why we've partnered with professional nurses, physical rehabilitation centers, and medical offices to ensure their patients receive the very best in home care. At Sunshine Home Care Services, our mission is simple yet profound: to support and enhance the lives of our clients. We genuinely enhance the quality of life and offer a comprehensive suite of 26 services tailored to meet every need. We go beyond the basics with health monitoring, emotional support, pet care, and home safety checks. Sunshine Home Care Services is more than just a service. It's a partnership in care. We invite you to experience the difference a compassionate team can make. For a personal consultation, call us today at 561-821-5811.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
On March 4, 1933, at the height of the Great Depression, Franklin Delano Roosevelt is inaugurated as the 32nd President of the United States. 1789 government under the U.S. Constitution begins. On March 4, 1829, Andrew Jackson upholds an inaugural tradition begun by Thomas Jefferson and hosts an open house at the White House.
And we're back.
We're kind of in a kind of sketchy time period. We have to be a little careful.
What are you talking about? I'm in the park.
Of what we manifest, what we put out there. Did you even know that about abracadabra?
You know something? Somewhere in the back of my mind, I knew that.
It's kind of cool, isn't it?
It's something like that.
I think it's pretty awesome.
It's okay.
I was going to send it over for the morning clip, but I didn't. But I have another one we'll play tomorrow, which is about eggs, which is kind of funny.
Eggs.
Actually, I don't know, maybe, Jay, maybe you can find it. I sent it over, and I think I titled it Eggs on Freddie's email. See if she can find it. But we want to talk to Lori a little bit more. Lori, you met Rain at Ariel's event. How did you like Ariel's event last week for Ripple?
I absolutely loved Ariel's event, and it was just such a beautiful energy. And I'm always going with the energy. I'm always going with the flow. When I enter a room, I know, is this the right place to be, or are you just introducing yourself to a couple of people and walk away? That event was wow.
How'd you meet Ariel? Did you know her before?
So I met Ariel through another friend of mine, Yummy, that is in another networking group with her. And I went to her networking group, and that's how we connected. And then I just learned about Ripple, and it's a great success. It's unbelievable.
So you were on Ripple?
I am on Ripple.
Yeah.
And
we're on Ripple, right?
It's amazing.
I am.
And that's where I met Rain.
That's where you met Rain.
This is how amazing the universe is setting us up. Because I've been looking for someone to partner with someone that actually does what she does for the longest, okay? The biggest challenge we have with seniors is the grooming part. You know, when you get used to a caregiver and you get super comfortable, especially with Alzheimer's and dementia, they are very, they don't like to be touched. They don't like, and I have clients in memory care that I actually still visit and get them baited and wash their hair, cut their hair, because I love what I do, and it's not something that I would have time for, dedicated my time to go by and spend 3-4 hours, and I would love to partner with someone that actually does it all. And this is how the universe works. Again, the same day I had the same challenge and the same conversation with a client of mine. Why don't we hire someone to, someone to have those services available? And that's when I met Rain, and Rain's like, "What do you do?" I was like, "I'm doing a mobile spa services."
We're going to talk to Rain. It's funny because, Jalen, I think the piece I sent over is called Manicure. If you can find it. It's a funny piece from the morning show, so I'll have to show it to Rain also. But it's important, right? My mom loves getting out to get her hair done. Like, that's her highlight, her hair and her nails.
Purple hair.
But I've seen the change where that was her weekly. Now it's every 2 weeks. Sometimes it's every 3. My mom used to own a nail salon. So for her to have nail growth means that's not the mom that I knew growing up, right? She still knows she needs it done, but she'll go 3-4 weeks now without doing it. And that's not her. I mean, you know that, right? So be able to have someone to come in the house to keep her where she wants to be would be amazing.
It's magical.
Would be amazing. So welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I love, this is a great segue into it, because that's actually what prompted me to start the mobile spa. I was working in a day spa, and one of my regulars came into the salon and she got really emotional, and I was like, "What's wrong?" And she said, have you ever thought about going mobile? And at the time I did, but I had not shared it with anyone, with you talking about the universe. And she said, "My grandmother's no longer with us. I wish someone like yourself could have gone into the salon to pamper her." And she was like, "I have a nail table at home that I would like to contribute to encourage you to pursue the mobile aspect." And she was not in the beauty industry. Why she had this manicure table is beyond my understanding. However, I still have it today, but I took that as a sign and an indicator to pursue the mobile component. And I was not expecting it to grow to what it has grown to today, but I still have a lot more work to do. So,
Jay, did you find the piece?
Aren't they those days where you want to be at home and somebody coming and pampering you at home?
All the time.
I would love Saturday morning where I'm
7 days a week.
Can I shoot 2?
Put it on speed dial.
Right? No.
Oh, yeah,
Speed dial is número uno is.
No, 7 days a week. I would hit that, but okay, come on. Okay.
I can't agree
I love those
more.
women.
I can't agree
because
more.
they know what they like, and they are very particular for a reason. So 7 days a week, and hearing that she has to go to the 3 weeks, I know that drives her crazy.
Well, her mother is old New York, and when I see her mom, we will stand in a corner and we'll talk about things that we saw yesteryear. Always waiting for everybody to eat before you eat. Just the different nuances. But there's an old saying in New York: if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And when you meet somebody who's good at what they do, I mean good, they're just very good at what they do, you don't look anywhere else. You stay with what works over and over, and it makes you feel better 7 days a week.
But this is so great what you're doing. So not only you're helping people with dementia and Alzheimer's and those that are challenged to get out of the house, you're helping people just relax because they don't want to get out of the house, which is pretty cool. Now, I feel like there should be a button like on the Jetsons, and you eject everyone else out of your house at the same time, and this way the house is all yours because they're not chit-chatting all day long.
That's a good idea.
Yes, ma'am, you good? Yeah. Okay.
Did you find it?
No. It's called Manicure, I think.
I didn't see anything titled then.
Okay.
Object of the game here is you can provide the service to people that need it, and you can provide the service to people who may not need it, but they want it.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, pick up a phone and you meet somebody who's good at what they do. There used to be a movie called Shampoo back in the day. So they didn't know shampoo, so we have a lady who had a hairdresser place, and we put the set right next to the shampoo. So the object of the game is that you tell everything to the shampoo person. I mean, there ain't nothing that the shampoo person don't know about you personally, historically, religiously, and every other lee.
And I can confirm that.
Well, there you go. So you know all where all the bodies are laid, as they say. So I wanted to capture that on film. Nobody talked. Remember that? We sat there and I had the mic and I'm waiting. Nobody wanted to say nothing. I said, come on now. Because I used to own a nail salon. And the ladies that were in there, they knew all the gossip, man. The Bronx, I knew everybody in the Bronx just from a chair. And then you wonder why I don't move.
I've never seen anything quite like it.
Well, you should see. That's because you haven't been in the business. You're in that business, that chair, you get everything.
You're a therapist.
You can get food, you can get confession, you can get your soul cleansed, everything. The gossip.
I know what all the husbands do and don't do.
Bing, and there it is.
Bingo.
And when a woman is working on you, first of all, there's this interaction because you're letting her touch you.
Thank God you don't have to sign a HIPAA complaint.
Let's start there. In the barbershop where the guys hang out, they ain't got nothing done. They just hanging out. And they're all talking about the gossip. They're worse than women, man. I tell you. Worse.
I will not confirm or deny what you just said about
you
the
and
guys.
I both know the truth. But a woman goes into your house, forget about it. You're like a series for Netflix. That's what I would do with it. I would open up a series and just go to different houses, and next thing you know, you got 13
There's
minutes.
so many reels that you see on Instagram about what goes on in a nail salon. It's so hilarious. You know, when you're in there and they're all talking to each other in another language and you have no idea what they're saying.
In
or the little girl,
Vietnamese, especially, right?
Yeah.
Yep, or the little girl doing her dad's nails, which is hilarious, with straws. There's so many fun things to do.
Now, I found a resolution to that problem.
Oh.
Which problem?
First of all, let's take it one step at a time. First of all, now I go get pedicures. Because I think you should always take care of your feet. And I have diabetes, neuropathy, and everything else. For me, it works. Okay. So now they have a pod that you put in your ear, and you program it on your phone. And whatever language they talk, you will understand it in English.
Isn't that?
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
It is the latest and greatest. Wow. So when they're sitting there talking about, well, you know, his feet are funky or whatever, and I did use the word funky, whatever, I said, oh, really? So what do you think about that?
Tell me more about my feet.
Oh, I'm going to tell you. But the bottom line is that there is always a solution to any problem. So if it bothers you, I mean, I don't care. You can talk about me all you want because I'm going to talk right back. Whatever you want. It doesn't bother me. But I know that that's a problem for certain people. They have a problem with that.
So
this is why being in the house is better because you're going to communicate with the person doing the deal.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things people shared with us when we're mobile is that in the salon, if they're apprehensive about people looking at their feet, even if no one is talking about it, you know, they don't want someone else looking at their toes, and people are self-conscious about it. So they're like, hey, can I just keep my claws at home and you come and manicure and pedicure them at home, which makes me feel so much better. And I'll have to come back and interview you about, you know, your stories about the manicuring, because I can imagine what you saw in New York. Was this?
Yes.
Yeah, I can.
I was in
imagine.
the day when we used to go buy nails and paint them before you placed them. Wow. And there was different ways of placing them. I didn't know anything. And I used to hire kids from school who used to use spray paint, those little torches and stuff.
Airbrushing?
Airbrushing. I was like, what the hell? I had people with champagne. I sold dresses, the whole nine. You came to my place. You didn't have to go to Macy's. You didn't have to go nowhere. It was all there. And your mother knows this.
So can you give me a manicure?
Me?
Yes.
I could chop off your fingers too if you want me to. I may not be
and
the
then you
best.
need home health care.
I may not be the best.
Your bells?
I may not be the best at it, but I'm gonna tell you something. I bet you'll come back. Because it's about the experience. It's about everything that goes on. It's a personality. It's selling you before. Listen, I've been to people who have given me massages on my legs, guys and girls. Some were good and some not so good, but it's the personality that I bought. Says, you know what, give me the card, I'll be back. And I've done it.
What services do you offer for mobile use?
So we do massages, nails, and facials.
Do you do it all?
Yes.
Are you bringing other? No, you yourself?
Oh no. So I do have a team of about 15 professionals.
wow.
That
15?
Work with, yeah, that work with me because we service Tri-County, and so
huge.
it's just not realistic for one person to tackle the Tri-County area. So some of them will service Broward, some service Miami, and some service West Palm, and we've even gone to the Keys and Tampa before, depending
Wow.
upon if the client has the budget for that.
That's amazing.
It is.
What a comprehensive service. that you're offering. How long have you been doing this?
So I've been in the industry 20 years. I got licensed in high school, and then I went off to college, and I thought I was going to go to law school, and then the economic downturn happened, and I realized one thing about beauty services, people are always wanting those services no matter how the economy changes. They may not come as frequently, they might cut back, but if that's their thing, they're going to find a way to squeeze it in the budget.
It's true. It is recession-proof, pandemic-proof, everything-proof.
If I had known you back in the day in New York, we would be retired today.
It's not too late.
Because you are the get out of the doghouse ticket. So if you're having a problem with your significant other, married or whatever it is, because today you never know, you plan a nice wedding and you have her come over to the house to doll up who you're with.
Doll up.
Well, that's just the same. I'm sorry, you mate. What am I supposed to say?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm not
Doll
quite
up
sure that's
in.
what you're supposed to say.
And then you go in there and you make that person feel like $1 million, and here comes the dinner, and you get the limo because you're in the doghouse. You know, something happened that you got to find a way out of the doghouse. You're the ticket.
Absolutely. The pandemic, we had more men calling us to pamper the wives because they were like, we don't want to do this, and she's driving me crazy. Can you get out here and pamper us?
That's the ticket.
If they want to spend more time playing golf, you know, you want more tea time, call us for pamper time. And so we pamper them while you're on the golf course for 4 hours.
Amazing.
So
you bring back a lot of memories.
So let's talk about that retirement plan after the show.
Here you go, exercising with Freddie. Ring your bell, lift your arm.
Like I
bend your knee.
But you ain't got to do a lot. But look at you, right? She's perfect for what you do. Do you know when I did what you do about this amount? I used to shave guys. I used to cut hair. I used to clean them up, dress them up so they could take their wives out to dinner, to get them out of the house, to do something like they used to. And that was my secret go-go juice. When I did that, I never lost a client.
Oh, I do. We do that all the time.
That's-
We
but
do
that's
that,
the-
and we want them to have their good life back.
Exactly.
It's not only, you know, like, okay, you know what, I take my medication, I do everything that I'm supposed to be, you know, recommended by the doctor. No, that's nothing to do with caregiving. We want to have the emotions establishment in place. You're feeling good about yourself. You're looking good. You're groomed. You smell good. You're bathing. You're reminded to bathe because that is so important.
back.
Oh, you know, you're sitting at home 7 days a week. You don't feel like bathing.
That's why I
And
say
no
7 days
judgment.
a week. That should be
no
your nickname,
judgment.
7 days a week.
You know, I heard people. I am a 2-day. I take twice a day shower, so I cannot imagine. But here, I hope I'm never going to get there. But there are people who, you know, if they are a weekend, they are not taking. I have no judgment. But it feels so good to be ready to go, and then you got to get out of the house. It is mandatory. Otherwise, the ADL is not completed, and then we have to have a discussion.
So, Lori, if this were an ADL, I guess it's I don't know what the ADL is because you don't need to know how to do your nails as an ADL.
Yes, you do.
For her
We do.
services. But for her services, do you bill that and then you take care of
It's
the
extra.
company's? Okay.
It is extra.
So it's like a private pay
but
extra.
most of the clients are like intrigued by it. They looking forward to have that spa day, that day, and the family of the kids. And we always talk about it. How can we empathize more and more? As I said, it becomes more and more difficult. The approach is harder and harder. And we are challenged mostly by patients with Alzheimer's and dementia. That
Because
have
your
fear
clients are
for,
private pay.
nail trimming. They have fear for hair trimming. They have fear for water. They have fear, anxiety of somebody watching them and somebody coming in the shower or taking a shower. They have so many things that we have to work with. And when you get a special someone coming in and that is a service, and it's like it becomes much easier.
That's a home run. I'm thinking we have an event in. When is the event here?
Which one?
On 12.
The big one in May.
The one here, May 2nd.
May 2nd. Why don't we talk to our new friend and set up a spa room?
Oh, that'd be nice.
So when we have the event here, we set up a spa room, we lock it up, set it up, and then people can go in there and do their thing. And watch how people then will react. First they're gonna say what?
Absolutely.
Say who? And then when they get to talk to her, lights out.
I live it every day, and I appreciate it so much because in the home setting, everything changes. And when you get to have your mood changed and, refreshened up and groomed properly, it's just magical.
You just have to find someone else that can take everyone else out of the house when she comes in.
Oh.
Yes. So you need that second set of services that comes in, and maybe if the wife's getting her nails and hair done, take the husband out for the day for lunch, or take him to buy some flowers.
Got you.
Take him out so she can have her day, right?
I can have
Party
a little
bus,
pick him up
VIP
with a
bus.
party bus or whatever you want. Take him to dinner.
Take him out so she can have her day, and vice versa, right? If the gentleman is, take mom out and let her have a day out for lunch or whatever it is, and then everyone comes together and everyone's just in a much better space. They've had their own time.
You're right, because I used to go to my parents' house in Manhattan.
Oh, wait, and then we can add the Kind Diner Society to it, where they get 20% off of dinner, and maybe incorporate all of it, and then you get to go out for dinner because you've had your nails, your hair done, your massage.
Well, you got to finish
You're kind
it
of
off.
peaceful, right? And then you have a nice evening out, or a nice lunch out.
You can top it all. But it's something like a lot of women, like for their birthday. So I used to surprise Michelle. Michelle used to always look out the window and say, okay, what's he up to today? Sometimes it was clothing that came to the house. Sometimes somebody like you that came to the house. But there was always something. Because, I'm not stupid either. I have to sort of weigh it out for the next year and make sure I'm in a good position. But a lot of my friends were in trouble, and somebody like you would come along. There wasn't a lot of yous back in the day.
Well, you should be the male representative getting the husbands and the boyfriends on board, because
I've done this for
they
years.
have a lot to learn out here.
You got no problem. I'm booked for.
You're booked.
Already booked me already.
It's good to be the king.
It's funny because when we did the morning show, people started throwing free pedicure. I said, you don't have to throw it. I'll go. And anyway, it's another lady by the house I go to. Listen, it is what it is. But the object of the game, if you feel good at home, you're going to do good outside the home, so why not?
Lori, I love that you offer all of these services, and I love, Patricia, that you offer it for anybody. How do people get in touch with you?
So you can find us on travelingaura.com, and we are on all social media platforms as well. So from LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. We are on every single platform.
Did you do something else before you did this? What were you doing?
In terms of like...
Before you started this business, did you have something else?
So no, mainly my other business was in the spa realm, but it was nails only when I was doing mobile initially, and then I added skin and massage therapy to it. But I worked for Child Protective Services for a little bit. My degree's in criminal justice with a minor in journalism. So I did dabble a little bit in the criminal justice space for young teens.
Very cool. So she has
Very
some.
nice.
Well, it's funny because you have the people effect. You care about people, just like this one cares about people, cares about what you do. That makes the biggest difference in the world.
Well, that's why it was so amazing to see her here, because we connected at Ariel's event, and we talked about bringing our services to her clients. So I feel like this is just that reminder, the universe just, again, like you said, bringing that full circle.
It's true, because I told her last night, come on down. Had no reason for it. I said, just come on down. And
I'm not supposed to be here today.
Yeah.
I am
Powerful
supposed to.
I love it. All
It's
right.
good stuff.
Ready to wrap it up for today?
Yes. You're going to bring your mom. You're going to get the service for your mom. I want to be
Maybe.
there when she comes to see your mom.
Maybe I should.
I want to be there. I'm gonna
Because
bring
she
the-
always prided herself on her hair and
I'll
her
bring-
nails, for sure.
I bring the nails. I bring the music. Your mother owes me a dance anyway.
True, you just got to get her out of the wheelchair, but yes.
I get her out. I got the
For
people-
you, she'll get out of the
Of course they
wheelchair.
do. The girl with the wheelchair that was in here, didn't she walk?
For you, she'll get up, for sure.
That's what you got to do.
All
You got
right.
to give them the incentive, as they say.
Lori, how do people find Sunshine Home Care Services?
So you can find us on every platform available out there. I hope we are on X, we are on LinkedIn, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram as well. Our website is www.sunshinehomecareservices.com. You can email me at loredana@sunshinehomecareservices.com or info@loredana@sunshinehomecareservices.com. I know it's long. 561-821-5811. You can reach me anytime, 24/7.
I love this. And even pet care, it's so important for seniors to feel connected to their pets. But
Yes,
sometimes
ma'am.
it's so much responsibility that you think that outweighs the gift of love from a pet. But if you have someone come in and you're helping with the walking and the feeding,
But isn't it coming in a package, this universal?
It's amazing.
And the way everything is set up, it's even the caregiver feels better having a pet and having part of the care that is a pet included, because it's therapy.
Well,
it is therapy for both of them.
You also gotta
Well,
take
you'll
the
have
pet.
Casper with you
Well,
when you go
take
to your
the pet-
exercise program.
You gotta take the pet to the vet, and
We
that's
gotta
not.
go-
See, I got a 26-pound cat, and for me, it ain't easy to get him there. And when I bring him, the doctor loves him. He walks around with him, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He says, "I've never seen a Mancoon like this," and he loves him, and he walks around with him. And I said, "Doc, can you put him in the car in the pack?" The damn thing weighs so much. I had to get a thing with wheels. It was ridiculous. Because he moves in the box all over the place. I'm like, he's going to explode that box one day. But having a pet you need to take
Your
care of
life.
it. You have no
Your
idea.
life,
Yeah, this cat, you got to open the window for him or he doesn't stop meowing. It's like he has a friend out there or
Your
something.
life is just like a book.
Anyway, give these ladies a call. Have a conversation. Give it a try. And you know what? If you like it, give us a call. Let us know. Come on the show. Bad or not bad, just come because I know it's going to be good anyway. And let us know. Give us some feedback. There's some surveys and things that I think that we're going to be doing also.
Very much appreciated.
So that we
Feedback,
can-
always. Conversations. Call us. Let's
Absolutely.
chat.
So give Lori a call, give Patricia a call for all your mobile beauty services. Wow, sounds like a whole lot of fun. All right, shall we wrap this up, everyone?
Are we good?
Different perspective.
Well,
All
it's a
right.
good day.
Tune in
Even
tomorrow.
though
Tune in
it's
actually today at
everything
3
but your
o'clock. You
fault.
can find the connector with Ariel Levitt. See what she's got going on with that. She's connecting veterans, podcasts, and filmmakers on this week's episode. And join us tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time. See what the cafe will take you out to. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you then.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.